The richest man in town showed up quietly at his son's engagement party, just trying to show a little support. But just as he reached the hotel entrance, the bride-to-be's childhood friend stopped him and demanded he sign an IOU. Turns out, the bride had jacked up the bride price from a modest 66,000 yuan to a ridiculous 888,000. The father, not wanting to embarrass his son, was about to sign the paper himself, but his son snatched it away and tore it up on the spot. No one knew that 5 years ago, this man had cut ties with his father just to be with this woman. And now, as he tried to make things right, all he got in return was humiliation. Meanwhile, the childhood friend kept running her mouth, saying any man who couldn't afford that price wasn't worthy of someone like the bride, who used to be the campus goddess. The woman said nothing, just silently nodded in agreement, not wanting to let her down. The man gritted his teeth and handed over his entire salary card, but that wasn't enough. The friend coldly told the bride to get back in the car and wait until he brought every last cent. In desperation, the man sold his brand new car. Even then, he could only scrape together 80,000. The friend took the cash, flipped through it with a scowl, and muttered that having a car and house was standard. Selling the car was just making the bride lose out. That was the breaking point. The bride finally snapped, demanding to know how he planned to get married without a house or car. What she didn't know was that he'd already emptied his savings for this wedding, and had even quit smoking and drinking to save money. At that moment, her parents showed up. When they saw the childhood friend meddling, they were furious. They scolded their daughter for letting an outsider dictate her life, and urged her to get out of the car and get married. But she still chose to listen to her friend. Out of options, the man started borrowing money from co-workers and finally scraped together another 100,000. He thought that would settle things, but the friend had another condition. He had to sign an IOU, and only him. As he was about to sign, his father walked over. The friend mistook him for some poor relative and mocked him, saying a father should never show up empty-handed to his son's wedding. Then she demanded he sign the IOU instead. The scene grew awkward. Even the bride's parents were shocked, yelling that it was shameful to make the groom's father sign a debt on his son's wedding day. While everyone argued, the father quietly picked up the IOU. At that moment, he was willing to swallow his pride for his son, but before his hand could touch the paper, his son grabbed it and tore it apart. That's when the man realized this wedding wasn't about love or happiness.